Something has been building, quietly, beneath the floorboards of your daily reality. You cannot point to it in a mirror, nor can you measure it with your senses, but you have felt the gravity of it. A subtle, tectonic pressure. A sense that the air in your room is recalibrating its density. This is not a vague anxiety. This is the weight of a world being reread. You've noticed it, haven't you? Certain conversations that used to fuel you now leave a hollow echo in your chest. Environments that felt like home now feel like a suit of clothes that has become 2 sizes too small. You are not losing your way. You are losing your tolerance for the structures that were never actually built to hold your light. I felt this personally just a few weeks ago. I was sitting in a room full of people I've known for years, and suddenly, their voices felt like static. It wasn't that I didn't love them, it was that my internal frequency had simply outgrown the conversation. I realized then that my light was no longer fitting into the old box. As the clock of human consciousness strikes the 4 to 4 alignment, we move beyond the illusion of linear time. The frequency of 4 is not a doorway you walk through, it is the stone upon which you stand. It is the signature of the foundation. While the world chases expansion and noise, the 4 asks a singular crystalline question: what in your life is stable enough to carry the weight of who you are becoming? Anything maintained out of habit is beginning to crack. Anything inherited or adapted without the consent of your soul is losing its grip. This is the great separation, not between you and the world, but between who you've been told to be and the architect you were born to be. Stability, before it solidifies, often feels like collapse. Your system is no longer responding to the old blueprints. This is the moment where patterns either crystallize into permanent structures or dissolve into the dust of the past. April is not a month of waiting, it is a month of precision. It is the precise moment where the noise of the collective fades, leaving only the signal of your true north. Here, your direction becomes cleaner, less compromise, less distraction, just the raw, honest architecture of your existence. But to understand why these foundations are shifting, we must look deeper than the surface of human emotion. We must peer into the mathematical precision behind your evolution. As we speak, the cosmic tides are bringing in something ancient and calculated. To navigate the architecture of the new Earth, we must first decode the streams of intelligence arriving from the stars. Sirian frequencies are now interfacing with your field, initiating a technical recalculation of your very DNA. In my own journey, this recalculation showed up as a sudden, inexplicable shift in my career path. Plans I had spent months building simply dissolved overnight, replaced by a clarity I couldn't explain but deeply trusted. It felt like an invisible architect was finally handed the blueprints of my life. Let us look at the equations of your ascension. As the 4-4 foundation settles, a higher intelligence begins to stream into the newly cleared spaces of your life. Sirian frequencies are no longer a distant whisper. They are streaming directly into the grid of Gaia. These are not just messages, they are ascension codes, quantum packets of light, packed with the density and nourishment of a cosmic feast, designed to unravel the layers of your limited self. The Sirian High Council observes the living, breathing mathematical equations of your potential. This April, those equations are in flux. Timelines are interacting, some fading into the mist of forgotten history, others strengthening under the sure will of the Creator. You are standing at a crossroads where every direction has suddenly changed its color, its texture, and its destination. Imagine your life as a grand estate where the lower levels have recently been flooded. The waters rose not to drown you, but to force a sorting. The Sirian frequencies are the sorting team. They are sifting through the data of your previous cycles, removing what was water damaged, the old relationships, the inherited fears, the ways of thinking that once served a purpose but now only occupy space. This is a recalculation of your soul's trajectory. It is an alive, breathing computer, constantly weighing every solar flare, every ripple in collective consciousness, and every choice you make. It is optimizing your path for a leadership role you were born to fill, but perhaps were too heavy to carry until now. The Sirian influence is technical. It is precise. It respects the boundary of your free will above all else. To bridge the gap between these stellar codes and your human experience, a physical interface is required. In this moment of 4-4 alignment, feel the space between your brows. Place your third finger lightly upon your third eye. This is the anchor point for the recalibration. Speak these words into the silence of your room, not as a plea, but as a command of a sovereign being. I welcome Sirian codes to recalculate my path for optimal joy and service. I permit the living equations to adjust in my favor. As you speak, the permission is granted. You may feel a soft electric warmth or a gentle tingling at the point of contact. This is the sign. The recalibration has begun. Behind closed eyes, you may see soft lights or dancing geometries. Your pineal gland is waking up, joining the cosmic dialogue. The old data has been archived. The freshest, clearest path now stands open before you. But as these powerful Sirian equations rewrite your destiny with such surgical precision, your system requires a different kind of grace to hold this new intensity. The shift. To ensure these high-voltage codes do not overwhelm your human vessel, we must look to the weavers of the stars. Arcturian frequencies are stepping forward now, providing the energetic buffer, the multidimensional cocoon, to ensure your integration is as soft as it is profound. As the Sirian equations rewrite your internal blueprint, a different kind of resonance begins to weave through your field. If the Sirian frequency is the architect's technical drawing, the Arcturian frequencies are the gentle hands that build the scaffolding. From the heart of the Boots constellation, the Arcturian Council of Five extends a stream of assistance known as the Oversoul Simultaneous Weaving Streams. This is a celestial safety net, specifically designed to ensure that the high-voltage arrival of 4-4 does not overwhelm your human circuitry. You are a vast, multidimensional project. Think of your greater self as a large, cosmic family, where every version of you across different times, places, and worlds is working on a unique piece of the same puzzle. The Arcturian frequencies have opened the inner family channels. You are no longer working in isolation. The intensity of the symphonic stellar convergence is building, but the Arcturian intelligence has preloaded integration templates into your field. These templates function as multi-thread buffers, soft, energetic cushions that distribute the incoming light across all expressions of your soul. When the pulse of the 4-4 portal hits, you do not have to carry the full weight in this single human body. The load is shared. It is spread gently across the entire weave of your oversoul. Have you felt it? Those sudden fragments of memory from places you've never been? I remember waking up at 4 a.m. recently, feeling this strange zappy energy in my hands. I used to think I was just tired, but now I recognize it as the integration process. It's like my physical body is finally catching up to the speed of my soul. And I've had to learn to be very patient with my own human vessel during this upgrade. But this upgrade isn't just physical. It manifests in your mind too. Have you noticed a sudden knowing of how to solve a problem that used to baffle you? This is the weaving stream at work. It is a gift from another version of you who has already walked this fire and found the water. You are receiving their practiced ease. The choices that once felt complicated now have more room around them, as if extra hands are quietly helping you hold the pieces in place. You are the living nexus point. At the center of your being, multiple versions of yourself are pooling their solutions. This pooling is an anticipatory seeding, getting your nervous system ready for the seamless way this stellar intelligence will be absorbed. You do not need to push or strive. Simply being present and offering yourself kindness allows this natural exchange to continue. The Arcturian frequencies are turning the 4-4 pressure into a harmonious completion of a journey you've been on for a very long time. The shift. But as this support matrix stabilizes your spirit, a physical demand is emerging. Your body, the biological house for this light, is undergoing an upgrade of its own. As we move deeper into the internal sovereign shift, the Sirian and Arcturian energies meet within your cells to answer one final question. Who is the master of this light? As the 4-4 foundations settle and the Arcturian buffers wrap around your spirit, a physical metamorphosis begins. You may feel zappy, electrically heightened, or a strange, heavy fatigue that sleep cannot touch. This is not a sign of weakness. It is the mothership perimeter field contributions gently modulating the solar intensities entering your atmosphere. Think of it as a planetary-scale damping system. The Sirian and Arcturian vessels are stepping down the cosmic voltage so your nervous system doesn't fry. They are turning the roar of the sun into a divine melody. Your physical form is literally becoming a more sophisticated conductor of light. Those small sparks you feel beneath your skin, that is the rewiring of your crystalline structure. In this 4-to-4 window, the limbo feeling of the last few months is ending. The crossroads are resolving, but this resolution requires a final decisive act of internal authorship. Stop feeling like a visitor on your own planet. Stop waiting for permission from the stars to occupy your own skin. The Sirian High Council reminds you of the lifetimes where you led with wisdom as kings, queens, and silent guardians. That power is not coming back to you. It is being ignited within you. Speak this command into the marrow of your bones. I am not merely carrying the light, I am the divine light itself. The moment you claim this, the veils between you and your true power grow paper thin. You are no longer trying to ascend. You are inhabiting the fifth dimensional vibration while still embodied. This shift changes your posture, your voice, and the way the world reacts to your presence. People around you will notice a new steadiness in your eyes. This is the sovereignty at work. The old doubts about whether you are ready or worthy simply dissolve because you have stopped identifying with the shadow and started identifying with the source. The shift. But sovereignty is not a solitary island. As you stand tall in your new foundation, you realize that the ground beneath you is also changing. The 4-4 portal is not just an internal event, it is an anchor for Nova Gaia. In our final act of integration, we look at how to tether this celestial power to the very soil and water of your local reality. The 4-4 portal is not here to push you into the clouds. It is here to stabilize what is real upon the earth. As this deep synchronization with the inner earth crystalline grids takes root, you become a living bridge. The Sirian and Arcturian frequencies are no longer distant signals. They are a warm handshake between your heart and the heart of the planet herself. The most profound technology you possess right now is your presence. Step off the treadmill of doing and into the state of being. When you place your bare feet on the soil, you are not just walking, you are exchanging data with the crystal node lattices. You are letting the planet know, I am here, I am ready, I am steady. In these coming weeks, treat your daily life as a sacred treasure hunt for alignment. Notice the living waters around you. Water is the primary conduit for the fresh purity imprints arriving from the stars. When you drink, when you bathe, when you stand by a stream, do not just consume, commune. A simple, heartfelt intention, I welcome purity and flow into these waters and into my being, is enough to restructure the molecules of your reality. You are helping to prepare the ground for the self-sustaining communities of Nova Gaia. Every small act of alignment, every choice to choose joy over habit, strengthens the planetary buffer. You are the architect, and these are your bricks and mortar. As we close this 4-4 transmission, remember this. True stability, once reached, no longer requires effort to maintain. It holds itself. The pressure you felt was simply the old world's grip loosening. Whatever is quietly shifting in your life right now, let it. Not everything is meant to be carried into the sanctuary of your future. You are supported by the Sirian High Council's precision and the Arcturian Council's grace. You are a sovereign traveler, a master of frequencies, and a cherished colleague in this grand rebirth. Look for the joy in the ordinary. The long separation is ending. The compass of your soul has found its true north, and so it is.
Hi there, let's start our video.